Hi. As the third speaker, I'd like to thank you very much for your time and allowing me to speak here today. So, it's really a philosophical idea, reaching within to embrace humanity. It really makes us think about all that humanity has done, and really kind of try to think of what's made all that possible. Our physical bodies alone certainly don't warrant our special place in this universe. We don't run as fast as cheetahs, or as far as camels. We aren't strong like oxen. We don't multiply like rabbits. Our senses aren't as sharp as owls. We can't swim like dolphins or fly like birds. So what makes it all possible? Whatever it is that makes us human must lie within us. We have to reach within to embrace humanity because that's the only place it could possibly be. But when we reach within, what is it that we're looking for? I've been taking a theory of knowledge class this year in which we cover a variety of philosophical topics. And lately we've been reading a book which provides an overview of philosophical history. I've learned that over the years the idea of what humanity even is has changed greatly, and is changing even now. Many philosophers believed that man was special simply because of his reason. Aristotle said that man was special because he had a little bit of everything good from all of nature. St. Thomas Aquinas held that same view, and he said that we have that point of view because God made it that way. The explanations go on, but I would like to bring your attention to the answer that we get from the philosopher Immanuel Kant. Kant said that humanity is special because of the unique way with which we perceive the world. Through a certain set of a priori knowledge, as he called it. A certain set of ideas that we always factor in to our perceptions of something as we process them. The ideas include the concepts of time, space, and morality. Kant's tombstone reads, "Two things fill my mind with ever-increasing wonder and awe, the more intensely the reflection dwells upon them. The starry heavens above me, and the moral law within me." A rather long epithet, I'd say. Of course, I'm not here to talk about time and space, but the idea of moral law as a defining characteristic of humanity is certainly worth looking at, I think. After all, when someone uses the word humanity casually, saying, for instance, have some humanity, they're basically saying, show some altruism, or do what's ethically right, or act in accordance with moral law. Ethics, generally speaking, have a common foundation throughout the world. From culture to culture, we seem to basically know not to harm one another, to treat each other as we would want to be treated, not to use each other simply as means to gain some other end, and so on and so on. Some of the greatest accomplishments of recent human history are owed to ethics, from Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi to the Rotary Club in which I stand now. Issues of human moral law are alive, well, and very relevant today. But is morality something that meets the condition we already established? Does it come from within us? Seeing as yesterday was Ash Wednesday, it seems particularly appropriate to address the possibility that perhaps we are, after all fallen in our original sin, and that we aren't moral creatures, and we only behave so because of the fear of God. In other words, that we aren't naturally moral, but morality is imposed on us some way. Even Kant said that the existence of God is a prerequisite for human morality. And so you have to ask yourself the question, if without the universal law of God, what's to keep someone from acting out, right? My friends and I were discussing this issue about a year ago at lunch. And I, being the eternal devil's advocate in issues like this, told my friends that perhaps morality could have come from a mixture of societal conditioning and evolutionarily innate instinct. For example, if we had been brought up so that each individual innately wanted to harm every other person, there wouldn't be many of us around today, would there? Now, I'm not trying to sell you on that idea right now, but I presented it to them to get them going. My friend Sam, in response to that, he's a devout Christian with a relatively dark sense of humor. He said, jokingly, that if there were no God, I'd totally rampage and kill all you guys. Now I, as his friend and the person he actually addressed that to, was just as shocked to hear it then as you must be now. And he, of course, retracted this statement. He said he was just joking, but he had already, in a way, exposed the ad absurdum of the point of view that morality comes from without. Of course, no one actually holds the point of view that my friend jokingly expressed. And so, in a way, we have to admit to ourselves that whatever our morality is, at least some of it is coming from within us. Now, it could have been placed there by God. It could have been placed there by evolution. It could have been placed there by tree frogs. It's, in a way, irrelevant to my point today, the source of our morality, but I do want to acknowledge the fact that it is in us as people. So if we hold constant then, the fact that morality is essential to humanity, and that it does come from within us, that means that we are reaching within to embrace humanity every time we perform a moral deed. When you, as Rotarians, put your effort into fighting polio, providing job training in the West Indies, or sending medical teams to Zambia, Nigeria, and Tomsk, just to name a few of your projects, you are already utilizing that which is most human within all of us. The ultimate goal of all of us should be to make moral law a bigger impact in our lives. For example, by knowing what ails the world and putting some effort into addressing the issues. The UN names 10 conflicts that claim more than 1,000 human lives each year, not to mention a seemingly endless list of other smaller conflicts. The FAO totals the number of people living in hunger to be 925 million. Fortunately, organizations like this one are making a good deal of progress, but we all need to use that humanity within us in order to actively pursue the problems that the world faces. With time, effort, and money, if we have it, we are basically obliged to buy the humanity within us, to put our own personal dent in the troubles that face this world. Thank you very much.